The street fell silent as the man strode confidently forward, 6 majestic German shepherds padding closely behind him. Unleashed and unrestrained, the dogs moved with such precise synchronization that onlookers couldn't help but stare in disbelief. Whispers rippled through the crowd. Some speculated that the dogs must have been harshly trained, probably even mistreated to achieve such remarkable discipline. Suspicious glances followed the man. Their minds conjured images of harsh training methods and intimidation. Little did they know that the real explanation for this incredible friendship was even more astonishing than anyone could have envisioned. When the real explanation finally came to light, it would challenge everything they thought they knew about the relationship between humans and dogs. In the quiet suburban streets of Hyannis, Massachusetts, Augusto de Oliveira became an overnight sensation. In his 20-something years, he cut a striking figure walking his pack of 6 German shepherds, a living spectacle that defied conventional understanding of dog training. The dogs moved with a military precision that seemed almost supernatural, each animal positioned with mathematical exactness around their young leader. Passers-by would stand and stare, mouths open, as Augusto wove his way up and down the sidewalks and parks of the town. The dogs were a wonder of obedience. No leashes, no collars, yet traveling as if connected by some unseen, not-to-be-broken bond. Where other dog owners could hardly get their animals to stay, much less come, Augusto had them at an impossible-sounding pitch of obedience. A single whispered command would freeze them solid. Another, whirl them into perfect formation. The town buzzed with speculation. Rumors swirled like autumn leaves, everything from secret training techniques to sinister possibilities. Neighbors whispered and watched, their curiosity quickly morphing into suspicion. Who was this strange young man with his uncannily obedient dogs? Why did he seem so isolated, so removed from normal social interactions? Some dog trainers and animal experts found themselves perplexed. These weren't just well-trained dogs, they were a unified organism, responding to Augusto with a level of synchronization that defied explanation. When other dogs barked or attempted to interact, Augusto's pack remained utterly indifferent, their focus locked solely on their master. Augusto was something of an enigma himself, socially awkward and apparently friendless. He seemed to have his whole world within this small circle of dogs. Neighbors who found him curious and indeed suspicious used to hide behind the curtains and rummage through his trash for any shred of evidence about his unbelievable relationship with these fearsome animals. What they never knew was that reality was even stranger than they had ever fathomed. In the tight-knit community, one particularly zealous animal rescuer had made it her personal mission to expose what she believed was a case of horrific dog abuse. Convinced that Augusto was using electric shock collars to brutalize his dogs into submission, she canvassed the neighborhood, gathering signatures for a petition that would force local authorities to investigate. Augusto's silence only fanned the flames of suspicion. When asked about his methods, he was frustratingly inarticulate, referring only to devotion and patience. His reluctance to elaborate further only heightened the paranoia that was growing in the neighborhood. He would say, at best, that his technique had taken years to perfect, a process of understanding and communication with his dogs. The truth was, Augusto's connection with German shepherds ran deep. He had grown up with these amazing animals, understanding their nature inside and out. German shepherds are not dogs that can be easily manipulated or forced into submission. They are known for their courage, loyalty, and protective instincts. Anyone who knew anything about the breed could see that Augusto's dogs followed him out of profound respect and deep-seated loyalty, not fear. Yet in the court of public opinion, such nuanced understanding meant little. The dogs' utter devotion seemed unnatural to those who watched from the outside. Their instant obedience, moving as one, synchronized whole, struck many as something sinister. Whispers grew louder, conspiracy theories more elaborate. How could such perfect discipline exist without hidden cruelty? The local police, pressured by mounting complaints and sensationalized rumors, began to take notice. What had started as neighborhood gossip was rapidly transforming into an official investigation, with Augusto and his remarkable pack at the center of a brewing storm. If the neighborhood gossips and self-appointed sleuths had looked below the surface, they would have uncovered a far more interesting story than their malicious rumors. Augusto's journey with dogs began thousands of miles away, on a Brazilian farm where he spent his childhood surrounded by German shepherds. From an early age, he possessed an uncanny ability to communicate with these remarkable animals, developing an intuitive understanding of canine behavior that would later become his life's passion. The police, when they first entered the apartment of Augusto, had not been prepared for what they were going to find. This was no ordinary living space, but a sanctuary of canine companionship. Griffin, Harmony, Jenna, Priscilla, Hannah, and Savannah were not confined to kennels or restricted areas. They were family. They shared Augusto's bed, lounged on furniture as if free to roam around, and lived with an amount of freedom which spoke volumes about their relationship. Every inch of the apartment whispered a story of deep mutual respect and love. The investigation that followed was rigorous. Animal specialists watched Augusto with a hawk's eye, weighing every detail of his interactions with the dogs. And after days of careful scrutiny, their conclusion was resounding. These dogs were living in absolute paradise. Far from being abused, they were cherished and well-fed, enjoying a degree of care few animals could dare dream of. What began as a nightmare of false accusations transformed into an unexpected opportunity. Augusto channeled his outrage and passion into Griffin Shepherd Kennels, a training facility that would become the stuff of legend in the dog training world. Owners would bring him puppies, only to collect weeks later perfectly disciplined companions capable of adapting to any environment. His methods remained closely guarded, but one fundamental truth Augusto would share. True dog training means becoming part of the pack. It's time, patience, and an almost spiritual connection transcending traditional human-animal relationships. German Shepherds were his specialty, but his gift extended to all breeds, a testament to his extraordinary understanding of canine psychology. The neighborhood that had once whispered accusations would say his name now with respect, a transformation as remarkable as Augusto's own journey from a curious Brazilian farm boy to a world-renowned dog trainer. The secret to Augusto's extraordinary bond with his dogs lay in the depth of his daily commitment. Personally preparing their meals twice a day and sharing his living space, devoted hours to their physical and mental stimulation. This wasn't training, it was a deep relationship of trust, consistency, and mutual respect. In being the unquestionable leader of the pack, Augusto had achieved what every dog trainer dreamed of: absolute unity and discipline. His skills extended far beyond his 6 German Shepherds. Augusto claimed and demonstrated the ability to guide up to 15 dogs simultaneously without leashes, a feat that seemed impossible to most observers. From the quiet streets of Hyannis to the chaotic urban landscape of Boston, his dogs maintained their impeccable discipline. Distractions melted away, replaced by an almost telepathic connection between Augusto and his canine companions. In 2013, a video showcasing this amazing friendship went viral and propelled Augusto from a local curiosity to an overnight sensation. Dog lovers and professionals alike were left agog, questioning everything they knew about dog training and relationships between dogs and humans. His methods defied conventional wisdom and proved that genuine connection goes far beyond conventional training techniques. It was a testimony to the power of patience, understanding, and true companionship. But would you dare to walk alongside German Shepherds, let loose on a busy street? What can you learn from Augusto's absolutely different method of dog training? This story lets us reflect a bit on the relationship between dogs and humans beyond the ordinary perception of obedience.